You want to know how long the first steps I took in my health and fitness journey lasted? 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes on a treadmill, walking rather slowly, I might add. Someone who was a high school athlete, played multiple sports, was always physically fit, was always active, was always out and about, playing sports, having fun, running around, could only last 10 minutes on the treadmill. And I remember it like it was yesterday because I was so disappointed in myself that I allowed myself to get to that point. Almost 250 pounds and as unhealthy and unfit and unathletic as I had ever been in my life. But yet I was reminded that it was 10 minutes more than I had done really for the previous 20 years. Our health and fitness journeys have to start somewhere. We always hear the old saying, it has to start with that first step. And that's how it was for me. I knew it was going to be a long journey. And I think that's where a lot of people get disillusioned and discouraged, because it's not like buying a car. You sign them a dotted line and they hand you the keys and you get behind the wheel and you can smell that new car smell, and then you put the key in the ignition and you turn the key and the engine roars, and then you take off down the road. Instant gratification. It's not like buying a TV set. We just bought a big 65-inch TV, at least it's big for us anyway. And we're getting it mounted on the wall, but we've already played it. And the first time we turned it on, instant gratification. You see all the vibrant colors and the great sound, and we imagine what it's going to be, mounted on the wall with surround sound and the whole 9 yards. Once again, instant gratification. I knew right away that I enjoyed it. I loved watching it. And I knew we would have hopefully many years of enjoyment watching that TV. Health and fitness doesn't work that way. You could go to the gym right now, work out as hard as you ever have in your life for the next hour or so, come home and eat the healthiest meals you've ever eaten, go to bed on time, get a good solid 7-8 hours of sleep, wake up the next morning, look in the mirror and see nothing. Then go do all that again that day. Wake up the following morning, look in the mirror, see nothing. And we can continue to say that day after day, even week after week, because it truly is a journey. It takes time to see even the smallest of results. And back then, I knew that I had to stay patient, that I had to stay strong, that I had to stay consistent and trust the process. So many times previously, and let me say this, is that I had worked out many times over those 2 decades for long stretches of time. But I was always wanting it fast. I would work out and work out and work out and work out as hard as I possibly could, 5, 6, 7 days a week, with the idea in mind that it was just going to happen just like that. And then when it didn't, I would become discouraged and I'd quit. And then 6 months later, I'd start the process over again, didn't learn my lesson, and the same end result. Like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But I needed to take that time. I needed to embrace the process, embrace every step of the journey, I needed to be proud of myself for those 10 minutes on the treadmill, but not be content, not be satisfied. At that point, it was, I've done 10 minutes on the treadmill. I'm proud of myself for doing it, but I got to get back to work tomorrow. And I woke up the next day, looked in the mirror, saw nothing, but ate healthy meals anyway, and went to the gym and worked with my health and fitness coach anyway. Because as much as I wanted to see a physical change, as much as I knew it would take time to see that physical change, the real change had to be in here and in here. I had to change my mindset. I had to change how I felt about myself. I had to change the fact that I really didn't love myself, really didn't think I was worthy of being successful, of being hopeful, of being happy. I had to change all that. The meals I was eating, the healthy meals I was eating, the workouts I was doing, those were merely vehicles to something much bigger. Little did I know, I'll give you a little bit of a tease for the next episode. Little did I know that me and my family would be presented with one of our, if not the most daunting challenge that we would ever have to face. And I know for a fact that if I hadn't started changing my ways, there was no way that I could have ever handled this situation as well as I'd hoped to, as well as I believe I did. Because I'm a firm believer that if we want to be at our best, and here's the hint, if we want to be at our best for those around us that we love, those around us that we care about, our family, hint, and our friends, then we have to be at our best, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And little did I know that I would be tested fairly quickly as to just how much mentally stronger, emotionally stronger, and physically stronger I had become and still needed to be moving forward. To this day, it's still the toughest test I've ever faced. And I'm proud to say I passed. But it really, really set me up for a lot of future success, because at that point, I realized that I could handle anything as long as I stuck to the plan, as long as I stuck to the process, and trusted that if I did the work, the process would unfold the way it needed to, and the results would sooner or later be seen and be felt. So what was that daunting challenge, the most daunting challenge that I faced in my life? Well, I guess you're just going to have to catch next week's episode to find out. I appreciate you, everybody. I appreciate you paying attention and following along on my journey here. And I will catch you next time.